Hey! Is the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.
Feels like it's time.
Fair enough.
BB and Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's here having a beautiful day. Funny story. I thought I had my mic on mute. It was not on mute that whole time. You probably heard me clicking with damn mouse. With that being said, I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. We got a couple of things to talk about today. We're going to talk about the K Flock situation. I am not in court. It's apparently St. Patrick's Day. Also, he's in the Bronx courtroom. The Bronx courtroom. I have to leave here so early to get there on time. Like, in order to get there on time for the Bronx courthouse, I probably got to leave here like around 5:36. Like, I got to leave here just so early in the morning. We weren't able to even make the trip today. Maybe we'll be able to make the trip tomorrow. I'm not going to get all the way into it, but when we can go, we will. And when we can't, we won't. It's just it's that simple. So, I'm whatever on the case. Just so we can be clear on the case, particularly. Why do I look like I'm sitting? Oh, because the camera's tilted. I'm whatever on the case, just so we can be clear. I don't really care if I go. I don't really care if I don't go. I think that this is one of those situations where I don't think anything good can come from this situation. For everybody that don't know, K Flock was a young man, young rap artist. He was doing really well at a specific time doing the drill music. He's from River Park Towers in the Bronx, and he sees one of his ops inside of a barbershop, and then they have an interaction verbally. The op comes outside, and then he ends up subsequently getting shot after following K Flock a short distance down the street. It can be 9 times out of 10, what's gonna happen is that the prosecution is basically gonna say that dude was baited out of the store, and that's why K Flock should be held accountable for the death. He was baited. Now, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna talk about something real quick. That's something that liberals love doing. They love trying to bait the people that they don't like into doing something, and then all of a sudden they're the victims. So I don't know too much about how they're going to run the case. Obviously, I haven't been in the courtroom. If I have been in the courtroom, y'all already know me. I could tell y'all what the defense is doing, and I could tell y'all what the prosecution is doing if I was there. I'm pretty good at this. But from what I gather is this, and I hope that our justice system starts putting an onus on the individuals that bait people into shit, just so we can be clear. Get back to what we're talking about. I'll talk about the baiting thing later, because they do that to me all the time. They're trying to constantly, the weirdos around here, especially the weirdos around here, constantly trying to like bait me into a situation so they can call the police on me. Like, it's bananas. I got this one lady that watches me every time. I don't even want to get into it. Anyway, let's get back to the show. In any regard, he ends up shooting this dude. That's his ops, and now they're on trial for this. The wild thing is that the individual that he shot, one of the main reasons why this individual was allegedly shot is because that individual shot a friend of K Flock's, and then K Flock's friend took the stand against K Flock. So I want to have this conversation about the streets. I want to have this conversation about our neighborhoods just in general. I think it's important. And I want to have probably what might be the most important conversation that we need to start having. And that is these the same street niggas from the 80s and the 90s? Because I just don't think it is. I don't think we have the same street niggas. I remember when no matter how hard a nigga was, pause, Nobody was gonna tell me my mic was not here. I remember, no matter how tough a guy was, no matter how much of the man the guy was, there was just certain things that he just didn't do. And one of the things that they didn't do was go after niggas that wasn't hood niggas. So that doesn't exist anymore. The new street nigga is constantly trying to figure out how to do weirdo shit to niggas that ain't even street niggas. So that's like one of the number one codes that's being broken. Like, I'm not a street nigga. There's no reason in the world for some street nigga to try to create a problem with me. I'm not a street nigga. At this point in my life, I'm a fucking vaga. At this point in my life, I'm just a regular dude. Now, a life is a life. And we have many different seasons. So at some point in my life, was I probably somewhere else? Absolutely. But right now, I'm not there. Nor am I emitting that type of energy. I do not want to be an asshole, but I'm going to say something. So I was in a conversation. And the first thing I want to admit is that the person that was talking to me, Coach, was talking to me, and I'm gonna concede he was correct on this point. But I'm gonna explain my point, even though I'm incorrect. The philosophy around what I was thinking, I'm gonna concede he was right. So we was having a conversation, and I was basically trying to say a big issue that we have in our neighborhoods now is that there's no fathers in the home, and when there's no man in the home, how can God be there? And so he said, no. God could be in the home even if a woman is in the home. And I'm gonna say yes. And I'm gonna say you're 100% right. And I got scripture that backs you up. And that scripture is when the lady went and fell at Jesus' feet and said that her daughter was sick, and Jesus cured the daughter. And the apostle asked him, why did he do that? This woman is a Gentile, basically. And Jesus said that if you got faith in the Most High, that's all it takes. And she has faith. So therefore, she's basically one of our sheep. So this is what I want to say. It's not the absence of a man in the household. It's the absence of the respect of men in the household. Because how can you respect God? How could you love God if you don't respect men? And this goes for men also. Like, even if you're a man and you don't respect another man, pardon me, even if you're a man and you just don't respect men, you don't respect the place of a man in the world, how can you love God? He made man in his image. So literally, if you just don't have respect for men, how can you have respect for God? And I think that is what I was trying to explain more than anything else. But Culture's right. He made a point. You could be a woman and, God can still be in the household. It's the lack of respect for men that I believe removes God from the household, for a better explanation on the point. And why am I saying all this? Because that's what I believe a lot of these kids is growing up in. Then that's why it's so easy for them to shoot and kill each other. That's why it's so easy for them to hate one another. Because they're already being raised in an environment that has a lack of respect for just men in general. So how could this young boy grow up and have self-value and self-worth? Even if you're the mother and you're like, I tell him he's great. Yeah, but you also tell him that all men are this, and all men are this other negative thing, and all men are this other negative thing. And then they're seeing you not respecting men that they believe are respectable. I'm going to say that again. Then they see you not respecting men that they believe are respectable. Now, why is this a big situation in this K-Flock conversation? Because that's why we losing our kids. We're losing our kids because of the lack of respect for men. How can you be in Christ's body and love God if man is made in God's image and you just have a lack of respect just for men? I'm not saying for a man. I'm not saying for that man or for that man. I'm saying for men. Just in general. And that's what's happening. That's why we got our kids running around here with their fucking heads cut off like chickens with their head cut off. Because when our kids see a man that shouldn't be respected and they see the people that they admire and love respecting this individual or showing this individual what they believe respect to be, that's what they're going to want to be. That's what they're going to want to be. So when your kids see you hate the police, you're hating all of these things that are right in the world, but you love the drug dealer. You love the murderer. You love when people get away for committing crimes. And this is all your kid grown up watching. Now your kid's a teenager, 15, 16, 17 years old. What you think they're going to aspire to be? You think they're going to aspire to be all of those things you hate or all those things you respect? It really be that simple. Just being honest with you. It really just be that simple. So adults are always mesmerized at the way that I'm able to interact with kids that aren't predispositioned to hate me. And there's a reason for that. It's because I haven't forgotten how it feels. I just haven't forgotten how it feels. A lot of y'all forgot how it feels to be a child. A lot of y'all forgotten how it feels to need guidance. A lot of y'all just forgotten how that feels. Because y'all know everything. You're the king of your castle. You're the boss of your domain. So you just forgot how it feels to be a regular person. Just forgot how it feels. I haven't. K-Flock's homeboy gets on the stand and says, the dude that K-Flock shot him because he shot me. You know what they use to convict you? They need motive and they need opportunity. The opportunity we all see on camera, and that dude just got on stage and got on the stand and gave the motive. That dude got on stand and gave the motive. And these are the dudes that y'all think is, these are the dudes, These are literally the dudes that y'all think is demands. Every one of y'all that's out here shooting y'all guns in the middle of the street over nothing, that's a coward. Every single one of y'all that get into an argument with somebody and the first thing y'all do and y'all talking about how y'all gonna go get y'all people, that's a coward. If you arguing with me and I feel like you have no wins, I generally walk away. Now, I don't want to fight or argue with anybody anyway, so it is what it is. But, yeah, I generally walk away. And I've been like that my entire life. We protect the weak. We don't attack them. Only people that attack the weak is suckers. Imagine saying that somebody's a pussy. Yo, that nigga a pussy. but you spending all of your time and energy trying to fight them. Who's the real pussy? Imagine saying, yo, that nigga a pussy. And then you jumping on a bus or a train to go fight them. Just think about that for one moment. That dude think he's all that, but you talking about him all day when he don't even know who you are. Think about that for one moment. We got a poll up. We're going to talk politics in a minute, but I want to talk this hip-hop stuff. Should America depart? I meant to say deport. Criminals back to their foreign... fucking Lee. This is just all of the typos. I wasn't even paying attention. Country. Anyway, of origin. And 55% said yes, 45% says no. That's crazy. People, this is, so, you down TDS as a mental health, hold on, I'm just going to show y'all. This is, and I hope this goes further. I hope they really go further with this. TDS, some states says this. Let's see what happens. See, Minnesota state Republicans introduced a bill March 2025 that seeks to classify Trump derangement syndrome as a mental illness. The bill was proposed that the condition is linked to extreme reactions to policies and presidency of Donald Trump, which should be recognized in legal and medical context. And why is this a thing? I just want to say something real quick. Why is this a thing? You do know like 95% of the shit that the people complain about ain't true. And the other 5% is positive for America, right? You do know this, right? Like 95% of the shit that these people are on the internet going bonkers over ain't even true. It doesn't say anywhere in the new CR anything about Medicaid or Medicare. Those words don't even come up. I don't think Social Security comes up either. But yet the Democrats is constantly telling you that this bill is going to hurt those things. And their supporters, the voters, are out here parroting these things that are just not true. And as soon as I start talking about that, my internet start messing up. And they start kicking y'all. So I don't know if there's somebody just fucking with my internet right now. What? I don't know. It is what it is. So I'm gonna repeat myself, and I'm gonna look at my stream to make sure it's playing. Hold on. It looks like I'm having a... Hold on, give me 1 second. But that's crazy. Mental illness, fam. And I'm 100% on board with that. Where's my phone? I'm 100% on board with that. I'm 1,000,000% on board with that. I think it's a mental illness. I think the Democrats cause for us to have mental illnesses in our neighborhoods. I'm sorry. It is what it is, man. Give me 1 second. I want to see how smooth this is running. I don't think it's running smooth at all. I think they kicked me. Alright, so boom. I'm going to leave that right there, which is also dragging bandwidth, proving that what the problem might be. Alright, let's get back to what we're talking about. No, because they kicking everybody. I'm gonna see if they're gonna kick me. All right, let's get back to it. So, yeah, I'm gonna talk about this Trump stuff a little bit later. Let's get back to the this other thing that we're talking about. I'm gonna talk about this Trump stuff a little bit later, and we're gonna talk a lot of politics a little bit later. I'm gonna stay on the hip hop thing, and I'm gonna stay on our, the stuff that affects our immediate neighborhood a little bit more, because we used to have a lot of conversations about this, but we don't that much no more. And shout out to the older women that's in our church. I just want to say this. That might be the only place that I've been maybe the last 15, 20 years where black women are being supportive of me. Like, I meet a couple here and there that, fuck with me. But generally speaking, black women hate my guts. And at church is probably the first place that I've been in. When I say, I'm going to say years, 10, 15, maybe 20 years, where I've been getting supportive. Where black women have been supportive of me. Just so we could be clear. Where black women have been supportive of me. So that's just dope. I love, I don't know. I might have to stop going there because there's a certain person there that's trying to make me being there like terrible. Like, they keep trying to like remind me of my family, and I don't go nowhere where people remind me of those people, because those are some of the evilest people I know. So any place where I go where people remind me of them, I just usually just stop going. So I don't know. I might have to stop going there, but I do want to say that is the first place in maybe 5-6 years that I've been where black women just haven't been just horrible to me. I just want to explain this. Like, they're not even bad to me. Like, horrible. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when I try to explain to people that I would never date a black woman, it's not because I hate them. It's because I don't think I could go sleep next to one. That's how badly they treat me. I just honestly don't think I could go to sleep next to one. So I wouldn't date you, just to be honest, to be fair. I wouldn't be able to go to sleep next to you. I think black women are the most, generally speaking, the most beautiful women on the planet. But no, because of past experiences with them, I just don't think I'd be able to sleep next to one. Let's be honest. Just be honest. I wouldn't be able to sleep next to one. I wouldn't be able to eat the food you cook. Like, I don't think people understand how terribly black women treat me. You understand? Like, think about how racist white women, think about how racist Karens treat black people, and then multiply that by like 100. That's how black women treat me. Just so we can be clear. Not just a racist white woman, but a racist white Karen. They multiply that by like 100. And that's how black women generally treat me. So no, I would never date one. It's not even a consideration. I hope all of them do well. I hope everybody finds God. And I hope everybody does well and does what we're supposed to be doing. But know it's for you and know it's not for you. That's not for me. Let's talk about this hood stuff for a couple of more moments, and then we're gonna move. But I love them. I hope nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. I hope all black women reach whatever their potential is that God intends for them, and nothing but the best. Just being honest with you. But no, I'm not gonna just come around so y'all could just attack me incessantly all day because you black and you think that you got the right to treat me like shit because you're a black woman and I'm a black man, so you own me. Nah, we're not doing that. We are definitely not doing that. That ain't happening. I'm gonna say something else, and I don't care. Y'all know I literally just avoid them in public. Like, I literally just avoid them. Like, it's so bad out here in Coney Island with the way that they be treating me. I just avoid them. No hate. Don't mean no bad for you or nothing. But yes, when I see you walking on the block, I just avoid you. If you say something to me, I just try to get away from you as quickly as possible. Just be honest. It's like one or two black women out here that I can, besides the women at the church, that I could talk to, and I don't feel like they're trying to set me up for something. It's like one or two. But other than that, they generally are just hating on me, trying to set me up and do evil. I'm just being honest. Let's get to it. So I want to say something about the K-Flock situation, and I'm going to talk about Trump, obviously, but I want to say something about the K-Flock situation. And this is something that I think that we really need to pay attention to, and because it needs to be fixed. Because it needs to be fixed, right? Nah, don't worry about it, Miss McGillicuddy. I'm not going to respond back to any more of those comments about these people. I'm just talking, and what I'm saying is truthful and honest, and these are the things that's happening. But, you know, it is what it is. Like, what the fuck do I care? I'm not going to... The fuck do I care? God doesn't want me around black women. I'm going to listen to him. That's it. It's just that simple. That's it. If God wanted me around black women, they wouldn't treat me so badly. So that's it. It's that simple. So I want to say this, and I don't want there to be a misunderstanding. You could either be wanting to save the kids or wanting to live the street life. This isn't the same street life from the 70s. This isn't the same street life from the 80s. This isn't the same street life from the 90s. You see, back then, being a part of being a street nigga was also keeping certain people out of the street because it protected you. Nowadays, y'all inviting everybody into the street because y'all trying to find niggas to go to jail for your crimes. I'm going to tell you some shit that happened to me. I had to look at the motherfucker when he said this shit to me. So, I'm talking to somebody who is pretending to be my friend, just so we could be clear. No hate towards the individual, but the person was pretending to be my friend. I didn't know at this point. This is one of the things that kind of made it click for me, right? At this point, I didn't know they was pretending. I thought they was actually my friend. So, they come to me and they like, yo, Jack, you know, you need some bucks. We can put some weed out onto the street, basically. You know, some guys get a couple of bucks and, you know, we'll get some weed and we can put it out on the street. You know, weed is legal, right? I don't care how legal weed ever is. I'm not selling it. Alcohol is legal right now. I'm also not selling that. It has to deal with who I am as a person. It has nothing to do with the legality of whatever the substance is. Selling those things do not fall in line with who I am. So I just would not do it. But more importantly, I believe the mofo was trying to line me up. I believe the mofo had some issues going on and they was trying to find somebody to take the fall. Now, I could be wrong, but that's what I believe was happening. I believe the person was trying to line me up to take the fall for some shit that they probably already got caught for, and they was trying to figure out how to get out from under it. That's how the streets are now. That's not how the streets was in the 80s. That's not how the streets was in the 90s. If you was going to go try to find somebody to go take the fall, it'd be another street nigga. It's not going to be some regular dude that's doing no crimes. Now, just so we could be clear, no, I would never do that. I would never sell weed. Never. And when I'm saying never, I mean from this point on. I'm not trying to say that I've never in my life made bad decisions. I'm saying I'm old enough now. I have the wisdom now and the intelligence now. And I have the spirituality now that's just not something that God is going to allow for it to be in my heart. I only do what's in my heart. Every once in a while, I will step out and do something that's not in my heart. But it has to be a good deed. Somebody needs to benefit from it. And not me. Yeah, I think that's what was happening. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what was happening. Motherfuckers is mad now. Motherfuckers is mad. I also think that's the motherfucker that tried to send that other weirdo to come have a problem with me for no reason. These motherfuckers is mad. I'm a regular dude, fam. You niggas is supposed to be street niggas, but y'all don't want to have beef with other street niggas. You want to have beef with regular guys. So how is you a street nigga? Now, this isn't me shooting at you. Be all of the street nigga you want to be, fam. My point is, how are you a real dead-to-life street nigga if you don't beef with street niggas? You busy trying to find regular, hard-working citizens, regular citizens who is doing no crimes, starting no trouble. Those are the niggas you want to beef with. And then you're going to run back to whoever neighborhood you from and talk about how you a tough guy. Hold on, I'm going to put this up. We're going to close this. 19 people voted. 19 people voted, said, should America deport criminals? I spelled everything wrong, sis. Should America deport criminals back to their country of origin? 68% said yes, 32% said no. I think that's bananas, but you got a right to your own opinion. Hold on. I got a question. Watch dude try to run up on me and be like, talk to me like we friends and shit. Like, yo, try to have a regular conversation and then probably gonna be like, yo, was you talking about me? Yeah, you proving my point right now. Because you know I was talking about you. What are you coming to beef with me for? I didn't say your name. Only person that know I'm talking about you is you. Nobody else knows who I'm talking about unless you and the people who is in on the trying to get me to take the fall for you. Those are the only people that know. You coming and addressing me on it proves my point. And you will be talking to the police in that particular instance. And I know you don't care about going to prison because you told me numerous times. So I'm minding my business. And if you would like for me to help you, I will help you. But if you would not like for me to help you, I won't. It's that simple. Because when you come and do any weirdo shit to me, I'm just going to direct the police to where you at. Or you could just leave me alone and go about your fucking business. I mean, those are the options. Us regular citizens need to start calling the police on these niggas. Stop trying to fight these street niggas and you got a whole family. You got people that you got to deal with. You got all this other shit. But yet you outside beefing with a nigga that don't got nothing to lose. Don't care about life, yours or anyone else's. Because there's people that might not care about their life, but might give a fuck about yours. They don't care about nobody's life. Nobody's life. Just call the police on these niggas. You're not snitching. Are you committing crimes? Are you a street nigga? No, you are not. Every time I hear some weirdo ass nigga who ain't never been in the street a day in their motherfucking life talk about snitching. I'm not going to lie, I want to slap the shit out of them. But kind words. I'm not lying. You ain't never been in the street. You don't know nothing about the street. Some of us have lost friends over nothing because of some fucking weirdo. Some of us have there are a lot of good men that aren't here no more. Because the street loves broken, fucked up, toxic niggas more than they love the niggas that love them. Start calling the police on these niggas, fam. And I promise you, once that start happening, we gonna start getting our streets back. I promise you. I'm not saying call the police on a nigga because he doing some other shit. I'm saying get these niggas off the streets that keep trying to conflate regular niggas and street niggas. The niggas that understand, that's a regular nigga doing regular nigga shit. Leave them niggas alone. Them niggas that you can't even be a regular nigga, they trying to figure out how to do some weirdo shit to you. Like you a street nigga? Them niggas is the problem. We need a certain level of criminality in our streets. There's multiple different reasons. I've spoken on this before, but I'll speak on the biggest reason. Why do you not think that our neighborhoods right now is being taken over by these right-wing lunatics, left-wing lunatics? There's lunatics on both sides. Why do you not think that those people that's in those colleges doing all of them picketing and all that other bullshit, why do you think they don't go to black neighborhoods? So we need a level of criminality. Let's get them other niggas out of here. We need to have those people that when them weirdos from other countries pull up in the neighborhood and start doing weirdo shit, them niggas is ready to up it. We need them. But the ones that want to up it on regular citizens that ain't doing shit, spray in the middle of the street hitting people that don't got nothing to do with your problems, and basically turn our neighborhoods into a war zone, get them up out of here. I remember when your neighborhood drug dealer went to church. Anybody else remember that? Neighborhood drug dealer go to church, drop some money, support the local church. Anybody else remember that? I'm not talking about the buying the turkeys. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the seasonal stuff. I'm talking about the every freaking year round. I'm talking about the year round stuff. I remember that. I remember the neighborhood hooligans, let's call them. They stayed clear of you if you was a church person. They stayed clear of you. They stayed clear of your family. When they saw you, it was always respect. We don't got the same street niggas. These street niggas don't deserve the respect that the street niggas from my era got. They don't deserve it. Not all of them. I'm saying the majority of them. They don't deserve it. I remember the street niggas where I grew up getting their derelicts off of the block. Even when you come cop, you got to get out of here. I remember where they actually sold the drugs at, that whole area, we don't want the cops around here, so it got to be quiet. We don't want the cops around here, so hold on. That lady over there in apartment 2B got robbed. We got to get on this. We got to get that nigga up out of here. Who did that? So you street niggas, I'm sorry. There's very few real street niggas out here. A lot of y'all's cosplaying. Y'all ugly, so people just assume you tough. Oh, that guy, he looks like he took a lot of punches to the face. He must be a fighter. No, he gets fought. He doesn't actually do the fighting himself. What up, Washable Marker? So when I see the whole K-Flock situation, and I'm like, that nigga's in jail right now because he went and beefed with a nigga that shot his homie, and then the nigga that got shot went and testified against him. That sounds like the type of niggas that we got now. I'm going to explain something. K-Flock should have never shot the nigga. That wasn't a shootable situation. Unless he went there specifically to shoot the nigga because it was a hit. That wasn't a shootable situation. I'm going to tell y'all something. I think a lot of these dudes out here is getting shot because the niggas that got the guns don't know what a shootable situation is. They don't know. They think their pride being hurt is a reason to shoot a nigga. They don't know. Now, with that being said, if I was K-Flock's attorney, I would argue that homeboy had already shot my mans. So that's the only reason why I upped it. I was with my sister. I know I'm not supposed to have the gun because you're trying to beat the murder charge. The gun charge, fuck it. We gonna have to eat that. You're trying to beat the murder charge. This dude is a known shooter. Which part is the wild? What up, Andrew Delay? What's the wildest shit you heard so far this year? Also, if you are enjoying the show, you can always pull up to the Cash App. I know I put 3 P's there. BBB. You can always pull up to the Cash App. As always, we're always accepting and extremely grateful for any donations that could come. It doesn't matter how small. It doesn't matter how large. And I didn't tag any products. Give me 1 second. I keep forgetting to tag products. I should be doing this before the show starts. Can I do it before the show starts? Is there a reason why I forget? That might be why I forget. Might not be able to do it before the show starts. But I'm going to check next time. I should be able to. All right, that's good, right? Just a couple of shirts and shit. And I could pin one. Let's pin that one. All right, get back to what we're doing. So I want to be clear. He didn't have to shoot the dude. But my argument as his attorney would be, that guy's a known shooter, the dude we killed. He's a known shooter. When he came out the store and gave a motion towards his coat, we had a belief he had a gun on him. Now, I can't remember entirely if he actually had a gun on him, but is what my argument would be. And I believe I can win that argument, just so we could be clear. That argument's winnable. They're not going to, because I'm going to make that argument, then I'm going to try to admit homeboy's, any shootings that homeboy might have been involved in, not his other crimes, but I just want to show, because what's going to happen is, and when this comes up, the prosecution is going to, they're going to try to squash it. So what we're going to do is that we're going to then try to use the fact that the prosecution is now speaking about it and saying that we're wrong as our gateway to try to bring in evidence that this guy has been shooting in other situations, especially since we just had a dude get on the stand and say that guy had shot him. So now I would try that open up the door, and that open up the door to, now we could talk about other shootings that the possible victim might have been involved in. Because now we're saying that that's the motivation for our client, because our client thought his sister and himself was in danger more than anything else. So that's what my argument would be. I don't know how much of a win that would be, but I don't see any other defense. And we just gonna eat the gun charge. It's at 5 years. We're just gonna eat it. How many years he already been locked up? He already been locked up a couple of years. We're just gonna eat it. Well, I don't think he could beat it, though. Just being honest with you, I don't think he could beat it. I just don't think he could beat it. I don't think this is something that's beatable. If I knew more about the case, maybe I could come up with a better strategy, but I think that's the best possible strategy, being what the prosecution is already given. This guy's a known shooter. He followed us all the way out of the store. He started walking down the block. He walked more than 6 feet from the door to where he was actually shot at. So he was closing in on us as we was trying to get away. So that's what my argument would be. With the information that I currently have, just so we could be clear. The information that I currently have, that's what my argument would be. That's it. That's what my argument would be. But yeah, that's bananas. The dude that he went to bat for, I keep trying to explain to y'all, for nobody that's never been locked up anytime. So we did a live stream a couple of years ago outside. We was in front of a store over here, and a tall guy came and said something that was very interesting. And he's done a little bit of time himself. And what he said is that some of these niggas need to stay locked up, and he's a jail nigga himself. He said some of these niggas need to stay locked up. Just something to be mindful of. That some of these niggas need to stay locked up. I went to a dude's house. I thought he was my friend. Nigga had mad trannies over there, trying to invite me in to hang out. I was like, nah, fam. Never went to his house after. Never went back to that nigga house after that, fam. At that moment, I was like, you know what? We really can't be friends. Never went back to that nigga crib, fam. Like, what the hell? Not that you got trannies at your crib, but that you thought it was a good idea to invite me over when they was here. Like, what the fuck? What type of time do you think I'm on? Also, I waited outside the house. Also, in all fairness, We just happened to be outside doing something, and I didn't have my phone connected at that moment, and I needed Wi-Fi. So he probably didn't even know I was gonna be going over to his house or nothing like that. I'm probably a little bit more upset over the situation because the trannies I stayed outside, and the trannies was like coming outside like they was trying to get into a conversation with me. That is the part, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Shout out to him though. Shout out to him and his tranny friends. I mean, I don't really care. Shout out to them. I just thought that was funny. Yeah, man. And I was like, yeah, we can't be friends, man. We on the different sides of the spectrums. It's one thing for you to have like that kind of association. It's another thing for me to be invited in any capacity. If you invite me to anything that I don't want to be a part of, that means that I have to remove our relations. Period. What the fuck? Anything I don't want to be a part of, because that means that you don't have a basic understanding of who I am. And if I've known you for X amount of time and you don't even have a basic understanding of who I am, then what the fuck? Part of my language, I'm doing a lot of cursing. Even though curses are not necessarily what we believe them to be. And this is like a big issue that I have sometimes when people are teaching certain things. Curses, shit, fucking damn, that's not really curses as far as God is concerned. That's just bad language, foul language. Curses are when you say something, like you lie on somebody. That's a curse. Why do you think people that lie on people want all these other people to help them lie on the person? They trying to make the curse stronger. Be mindful of who you believe, because some of these people are actively leading you to Satan. Actively. Meaning they're giving you a lie to say. They know that the thing that you're saying is a lie. They probably just don't understand the implications of what they're doing to your soul and your relationship with God. But they know the thing that they're saying is a lie, and they're having you perpetuate it. That means that you are now a part of their curse. You're now committing witchcraft. And it is that deep. Let's look at this question real quick. Can you be a real street ninja if you only trying to beef with regular citizens? 64% said no, 18% said yes, 11 people voted. So what was that? 9 to 2? No. Yeah, something like it. 9 or 3 people voted yes. Something like that. Anyway. Mm. 18% said just want to see the results. So 6 people voted no, and then 3 voted yes, and 3 voted just want to see the results. I bet you the ones that said yes are some fake street niggas. That I bet you all 3 of them is some fake street niggas, because they call themselves street niggas, but they only want to beef with regular niggas that ain't in the streets. I'm going to say something. Go talk to a nigga from the 80s. Just go talk to a nigga from the 80s and ask them about this particular scenario. Just ask them. Yo, what would the streets do to a nigga that was supposed to be a street nigga out there, and he not beefing with no street niggas? He's just constantly trying to beef with regular citizens. What would the streets do to that guy? Just ask him. Because you know that regular citizen 9 times out of 10 has some street niggas in their family. That regular citizen 9 times out of 10 got some people in that community that loves them, that are street niggas. I am 100% on the belief that the only way to fix our streets is by calling the police on the niggas that's out here beefing with citizens. Now, if you 2 street niggas and y'all beefing, it is what it is, right? That's part of y'all job. That's what y'all do. But if you a real street nigga, allegedly, and you beefing with a regular citizen. In the 80s, you would have got handled. They would have found you in a building somewhere. You would have got handled. I think that's part of the problem with the streets now. The suckers and the weirdos, don't nothing happen to them. But the niggas that got morals and principles, they end up going to jail because the sucker niggas line them up. Or they end up dead because the sucker niggas line them up. I had a dude come up to me a couple of months ago. It was like last winter, I think. Because they had a situation in their block where, I'm not going to explain it because I don't want to say too much, but they had a situation in the block where they ended up getting arrested. And I so much wanted to tell them, somebody snitched on you, fam. The police was watching you. I wanted to tell him that so much. And that's generally because every time I interact with him, he's particularly nice to me. But I lost my phone on that block. And that's the only reason why I didn't help him out. Because I had dropped my phone on that block and I lost it. When I lost my phone a while back, it was on that block. So that's the only reason why I didn't help him. And put him on the game. Somebody snitched on you, fam. 9 times out of 10, the person that snitched on you, you know them. And you probably cool with them. I wanted to tell him. But I didn't because I lost my phone on that neighborhood, so I ain't telling. They got a lot of snitches over there too. I seen a couple, but I don't say nothing because I lost my phone over there and I'm out of my business. I'm just a regular nigga. I'm not a street nigga. It's not my business. But if you, generally speaking, when people ask me for assistance in like court and stuff like that, generally I help. You know, especially if I like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I consider you to be a nice person, a cool person, or some shit like that. Or you've always been polite to me. You've always been kind to me. You've always been nice to me. You understand what I'm saying? I help. You understand what I'm saying? Like even if I saw something and you didn't even ask me, and you was a person that was kind to me, as long as the thing that I'm telling you isn't putting you in a position where you're going to hurt another person or do bad somewhere, I tell you. Promise you. Do it all the time. I tell you. As long as it's not helping you hurt another individual or something like that, yeah, why not? Why am I not going to tell you something? You've been kind. You've been nice to me. Why wouldn't I repay your kindness? Why wouldn't I repay your niceness by sharing my gifts? Why wouldn't I do that? It don't make sense. Oh, yeah. I love sharing. Sharing is dope. All right. Are we done with the K-Flock conversation? Can I talk a little bit of Trump? Can we talk a little bit of politics? A little bit of politics. I need to... So, I want to show y'all something real quick before we go any further. So I've been making the kids a wrestling belt. I have like a ton of these things I've been cutting out of cardboard. I need to go get some aluminum foil though, so I could put like aluminum foil around everything. And then if I could have had some like spray paint on something, that would have been dope. Or if I could have had like some, no, I need some arts and crafts stuff. I don't have no arts and crafts stuff in the house. But once I get some arts and crafts stuff, so I'm going to show you. This is kind of like how the belt is supposed to look. So this is going to be the face, right? So what I would like is, I would like this base to be silver, right? And I want this to be gold, right? And then it's going to be like this, right? And then on here is going to be where it's going to say either BBN or champion. It's going to say BBN or champion, right? And then I'm going to have... this piece right here goes here. Is this the one? I think this is the one. Yeah. So this piece goes right here, and this is going to say BBN on it, right? So remember, these two pieces are going to be right there, right? And then, both of those things are going to be gold, by the way. And then I'm going to have two triangles that we're gonna put here. This one is too large. It's supposed to be a little smaller than this. But it's gonna be 2 triangles. One is gonna be here, and the other one is gonna be here. Right? Now all of these pieces what the fuck? Part of my language. Now all of these pieces you see me putting on the front, this, and this one that's gonna be down there, that's gonna all be gold. Right? And I'm thinking about, just so we can be clear, is because this is thin. So I'm thinking about getting another cardboard, right? It's going to be a little bit larger than this, but basically the same exact way. We're going to put this on top of that, then that's going to be on top of that. And then those is going to go on top of here, right? And so you see these panels? Check this out. I just want to show you what I'm doing for the kids, man. So you see these panels? So this is how the belt's going to work, right? Check this out. So you see the belt right here, right? But that doesn't work, right? So I made these hinges. So I made these hinges right here. Now I'm going to flip the belt around. Where I'm going to put a hinge here like this. Right? So the belt could bend. Right? And remember, these are going to be aluminum foil. So it's going to be able to bend. Right? Because I'm going to put the aluminum foil on it. So it could bend there. And then, well, I just put this down, you know, that's there. So then, on the other side of the damn thing, because remember the bigger part of the belt is right here, we're going to have another hinge on the back where we then put a smaller thing like this, right? And then I'm kind of figure out how we're going to make the buckle. But I think I got that. I think I got it. So then we're going to make the buckle. We're going to connect all of this stuff. We're going to make a belt. The kids is going to have a... So I do this jump rope competition things with the kids. They freaking love it. We do regular where they're like... Just so I can explain. We're going to start probably recording some of it and bringing some of it to y'all. We're going to see. Especially when we get the belt and everything. So we do this jump rope competition. And the kids love it. You know, whenever we could do anything that's going to get the kids motivated to exercise and work out. And remember, jump rope is cardiovascular workout, coordination. Like, it's really good for these kids. We got this one little kid. I don't want to say his name. I don't want to. You know, he's a little kid. But we got this one really, really, really tiny kid. He's tiny. He be jumping like a boss, fam. So it's dope. Like, getting them loving exercise, loving working out, loving conditioning early. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, we also coach sports over there. So this is important. So, yeah. So they got this thing where they do a jump off where there's one guy here, one guy there. And they jump off to see who could jump longer. But you could also fight the other guy. Because you don't have to stand in one spot. You can jump towards the individual to mess them up. It's fun. It's fun. It is fun. It's fun for me. It's fun for them. And I'm yelling the whole entire time. Saying things. All of the jumps. I'm saying things. I'm like a wrestling commentator for the most part. So, it's fun. I love doing it. I ain't gonna cap. But if I had to stop doing it, I just stop doing it. And just walk away from it and forget it ever existed. But I do like doing it. But if I had to give it up, got to be able to walk away from anything in 30 seconds. That's probably why I won't talk to that girl. Because I think she's going to be able to manipulate me. like I'm just being honest with you. I think I'm going to I'll be manipulated or some shit. I don't know. I don't like for nobody to have anything over me. If that makes any sense. So I just don't like allowing anything into my life that I'm not willing to walk away from in a split second. And I don't know if I was dating her, I'd be willing to walk away from her in a split second. So that's probably why I'm so slow to, you know, I don't think I'd be able to do that. And that might be detrimental to me. Like, I think that because of the way, you know, people generally treat me, I have to be ready to walk away from anything in like a split second. No matter what it is. You know, people are crazy out here.
second. So that's the type of time I'm doing. I think that's the issue, though. We saying that to it. What's up? Y'all ready to start talking about politics, or y'all want to stay talking about this? I'm giving you the option to make the choice. So if you're in here and you're like, I don't want to talk about politics. If you talk about politics, I'm going to turn. This is your opportunity to say, nah, let's talk about this other thing, or let's stay on this subject a little bit longer. I'm giving you the opportunity. Be right back. I didn't put my thing on mute. I don't know if that was the way with him or not. Alright, so nobody said anything. I gave y'all the opportunity if y'all wanted to stay on this subject or if y'all wanted to go to Trump. So if you leave because I'm talking about politics, you had the opportunity to say that you wanted me to stay on the subject. You were just going to leave anyway. That's the only way I can put it. So I want to be clear about something. What the fuck? It was supposed to go to a commercial. It didn't go to a commercial? Oh! Yeah, it did. It's not going to show him, but it's not going to show in my stream. Copy. All right, so I want to say something real quick. First thing, I want to show y'all something. Hold on. I want to show you something. I just be seeing this terrible stuff that be happening to people, and they just like, you gotta do better. President claims without evidence that January 6th panel members' preemptive clemency was not signed personally. He does have evidence it wasn't signed personally. It was in auto pen. You hear my computer working overtime? Donald Trump claimed, I could literally feel the fucking fan. Donald Trump claimed on Monday without offering evidence that pardon signed by Joe Biden was void, vacant, and of no further force or effect because they were signed with auto pen. I 100% agree with Donald Trump. I mean, if you're going to sign something as important as a pardon, I think it should be with a pen, an actual pen. And I think you should be on camera, video. I think every executive order should be done the way that Trump basically does it, where he always has the, it seems like at least, he always has the, press in there with him. Like, he always has the press there when he's signing executive orders, it seems. I think that's the way to go. I think that's the best way to go. Says Trump claimed on Monday without offering evidence that pardons signed by Joe Biden were void, vacant, and of no further force or effect because they were signed with auto pen. Well, Trump claimed on Monday, and then he said a thing. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines an autopin as a device that mechanically reproduces a person's signature. Trump made it his claim in a post on his social media platform that used his abusive nickname for Biden and okay, I can't read no more of this. There's a reason why we don't go look at the Guardian. Go look at the Post. Sheesh. Trump says Biden's autopin pardons are now void, vacant, and of no further force or effect. Vows probe of Jan 6 House Select Committee. Let's see what it says. President Trump said early Monday that he was voiding all the last-minute pardons former President Joe Biden made using autopin. The pardons that Sleepy Joe gave. What the heck? The pardons that Sleepy Joe gave to the unselect committee of political thugs and many others are hereby declared void, vacant, and on no further force or effect because of that fact that they were done by autopin. Yes! In other words, Joe Biden did not sign them, but more importantly, he did not know anything about them. He said of the oldest ever president concerned of his age related to mental abilities at 82. So yeah. I'm 100% behind this, and I 100% also don't think Joe Biden knew anything about them. First of all, I want to explain something to people that don't understand how this actually works. You can't pardon anybody that isn't even accused of a crime. You can't pardon someone not accused of a crime. You can't say there's a good possibility that between this year and that year that this person committed a crime. Let's just pardon them, even though we don't even know what the crimes are. We're just going to give them a blanket. You cannot do that. Guess who knew you could not do that? Joe Biden. So yeah, I don't even think Joe Biden had anything to do with those pardons. I don't think Joe Biden had anything to do with a lot of the things that happened. And if we are to believe what Mike Johnson said, hold on, let me show you what Mike Johnson said. Look, Joe Biden wasn't running the country. I'm trying to get something smaller.
Let me say a word about Hunter Biden. A lot has been said and written about the pardon. President Biden is letting his son off the hook for the federal crimes that he committed. This weekend, of course, he pardoned Hunter. And
No, this is talking about something else. This is it. This should be it. What in the heck, fam? Are you gonna play this? Okay, that's not gonna play. Not a problem. Sir, why did you pause LNG exports to Europe? The speaker asked him. Mike Johnson is the speaker. Joe Biden said, "I didn't do that." Joe Biden replied, He had 3 weeks earlier, but wasn't aware that he signed it. Now, with that being said, do you remember when Mayor Adams was about to go talk to Joe Biden? Let's see if we can find this real quick. November 1st, 2023, Mayor Adams said he and other mayors will be headed to Washington, D.C. Look, over migrant crisis. Hold on, watch this. Watch this. Let's see if they got the date. Let's see. Let's just watch this. So, Yo, look at this. So every time Mike Johnson tries to talk about the migrant situation, the only thing he gets back from the White House is, could they help them find a job? What about American citizens? Didn't Trump say that they was taking black jobs? Didn't Trump say they was taking black jobs? And this is what Johnston said the problem was. The crisis is we have folks here who desperately want to work, but we have employers here who desperately want to hire them. But we have a federal government that's standing in the way of employers who want to hire them. So they want to hire the migrants and not the regular American fucking citizens. All right, so when did this happen? November 1st, right? When was Mayor Adams' campaign offices rated? Campaign manager, right? Campaign, why is everything in caps? September 1st. September 25th, indicted. Hold on. Hold on. Look, I'm literally going back and showing y'all how long Mayor Adams has been fighting to get the fucking migrants out of New York City. This is how long he's been fighting to get them out of New York City. Mayor Adams is not on time with them freaking Democrats, fam. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. What up, Show Enough? Mayor Adams is not on time with these Democrats. What up, Few? He's not. Look. Now ask why they coming after him, but they not coming after any of the other individuals. Look, this is 2023. So since 2023, he's been pushing back. Since at least 2023, he's been pushing back. Wait, hold on. You see the date? You see the date? You see the date, right? You see the date? So on November 1st, he was headed to D.C. He turned around because on November 1st, they raided his spot. And on November 2nd, CBS reported that he canceled his trip. Look, November 2nd, cancels Washington trip. November 2nd, cancels Washington trip. November 2nd, abruptly cancels meeting on immigrants. So why am I telling you this? Because the Democrats that are the ones signing all of the fucking bills and getting all of this weirdo shit passed that Joe Biden knows nothing about would have been exposed. They would have either been exposed or Joe Biden would have signed the paper, and signing the paper would have then made it so that these immigrants, these illegal migrants, just so we could be clear, would be able to be removed from the city. And that's something the Democrats don't want. It's like the Democrats literally work for someone else, not the American government. I got a thing to say about that in 2 seconds. The Republican Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, has had a front row seat to the intelligence decline of Joe Biden on Friday in an interview with Bari Weiss. For honestly, Johnson shared an anecdote that demonstrated just how checked out the outgoing president has been. And that's when he said about the thing that I told you, that he said, "Sir, why would you pause the LNG exports to Europe?" That's the energy, by the way. So basically, when he paused the LNG exports to Europe, he put like a ton of people out of work, and he made our economy. He brought the economy down. Like, he messed up our economy. Like, that was detrimental to our economy. Just so people know, like, it was really, really bad for the nation. And this is, I think that the people that's running that are in charge, the Democrats that are in charge, I think their idea is to make America go broke. I think that's the idea. Anyway, he says, "Sir, why would you pause LNG export to Europe?" The speaker asked to Mike Johnson. He says, "I didn't do that." Joe replied, he had 3 weeks earlier, but he wasn't aware of what he signed. Once again, that's why I think that they didn't want Mayor Adams making it to New York City. And this has been my position. I mean, making it to Washington, D.C. And this has always been my position. We've spoken about this previously. This has been my position. Trump says Biden's auto pen pardons are now void, vacant, and no further force or effect. And the only reason why I could see why Trump would be doing that is if they do have plans on going after some of these people that was pardoned, which I do think that they should. I think they should go after every last one of them individuals that was pardoned. How the hell you pardoning somebody and we don't even know what crime they committed? That don't even make sense. So nobody knows what crime they committed. As far as we know, they didn't commit a crime. Right? They've not been charged with anything. That's the point I'm making. You just gave them a pardon. Like, that's not suspicious. So that's absolutely bananas. So hold on. There's something else I want to speak on real quick. Absolutely bananas. There's something else I want to speak on. So y'all do know what the approval rating for the Democrats are right now, right? The reason why I'm saying this. I just want to look for the number. Let's go to somewhere other than CNN. They're being dishonest. Or they're being... I know what it is, and I'm reading some of the verbiage that they're using. They're trying to hide. They're trying to... like, see, that's the problem. There's a lot of really smart people that work at newspapers, and they're just tricking people every day. Democrats' approval rating sink to historic low amid infighting. So hold on, let me show you something. I want to get the approval rating first. Now look, right in the beginning, immediately tells us all of the stuff that we're here for. Shout out to that shit. Democrats have become so unpopular that more Americans believe that aliens are among us than agree with the Democratic Party. That's bananas. Dems are now held in lower esteem than lawyers, undertakers, and car salesmen. 2 punishing new polls released Sunday show that the party hit a historic low, new lows in approval rating nationwide, with just 27% of Americans saying they like the job the Democrats are doing, according to NBC News. It's going to be lower. They have a 27% approval rating right now. It's going to drop even lower than that. Let me explain something to you. I need to explain this. So, have you been seeing some of the protests that have been going on? Have you noticed that there's something missing from these protests? There's something missing. Have you noticed it yet? Black peoples! Black people are missing. Black people stop mobilizing with them. Only black people you're going to see there at most of these rallies are going to be paid for. I'm going to tell you what I believe is happening. And this, I believe, been happening for a long time now. You might have, let's say, 500 people at some event rallying for the Democrats, right? Outside yelling and screaming. Yeah, but maybe 100 of them are there and they're citizen. The other 400 are paid for. It might be even a bigger number than that. It might be out of the 500, 450 of them are being paid for, paid to be there. Only like 50 niggas is there because they believe in the cause. I do know this, right? Like, this is literally what's happening. And it's been happening. And when I say been happening, I mean been happening since Black Lives Matter started. Before Black Lives Matter started. This is a thing that's been going on for decades, by the way. It's been going on. Why do you think they're fighting so hard to keep shit like USAID? That's how they funnel the money to places like this. You do know that, right? I mean, there's some people that's going to know it. There's some people that's just not. Even if the people that actually are doing the crimes come out and say, we did it, there's still going to be the people who just love the Democrats that's going to be like, no, you didn't. If you are enjoying any aspect of this show, you could always pull up to the Cash App, Super Chat, and or PayPal. We are appreciative of any donations that come at all times, no matter how little, no matter how large. Okay, so with that being said, also, if you just want to buy lunch, I'm open to suggestions. With that being said, look, pay attention. When you look at these rallies now, you don't really see black people there. They're not showing up no more. Since black people aren't showing up, that means that the Democrats can't use the word racism. Wrap your head around that. They need black people to show up so they could call Republicans racist, even if they're not doing anything racist. I say that again for the people that don't get it. Everything the Democrats do is a psyop. Every single thing. I'll extrapolate out even more. You know why AOC and a lot of those Democrats are mad at Chuck Schumer? Y'all don't get it yet, do y'all? Chuck Schumer made a deal with the Republicans. I promise you he did. He made a deal with the Republicans. I promise you he did. And the deal, some of the deal probably has to deal with whether he's going to get prosecuted or not with the rest of them. I promise you. He made some kind of a deal. There came some type of agreement. 2 things were about to happen. The first thing is they were going to lose. The Republicans had the votes. So you either vote against something that's going to pass and there's nothing you can do to stop it, and now you're just on the wrong side of history. Or what could have happened, just so we could be clear, you know, I'm saying there's a good chance that he decided to change his vote because he knew that the Republicans had the votes and it didn't make sense to vote against it. Because what's going to happen is this. People are going to see that the things Donald Trump, sooner or later, and people are waking up now, they're seeing that the things that Donald Trump is doing is winning. I want to explain something to y'all. The Democrats keep talking about how tariffs was going to ruin America. It's been less than 2 months. The threat of tariffs made Canada and Mexico get in line with what we was doing. Just the threat. The threat of tariffs, right? Just the threat. Let me show y'all something. Just the threat. Just the threat. The threat of tariffs made this company say we're going to invest $100 billion, a manufacturing plant. For everybody that don't know, Taiwan is where most of the manufacturing trips on the planet is created. Like, it's in Taiwan. Right? Taiwan. Right? Producing over 60% of all superconductors globally and a sufficient 90% of most of the advanced chips, primarily through companies like TSMC. So Trump got them, this company, who is the world's leader, to invest $100 billion. They don't even know what they're going to do. They're just going to invest $100 billion at this point. Make some factories and produce some goods here. So hold on. What else did the threat of tariffs do? Saudi Arabian prince to invest $600 billion. So the threat of tariffs so far has brought China and Mexico to their knees and got us friends with not just the biggest manufacturer of microchips and superconductors on the planet, overwhelmingly, but also $600 billion investment from Saudi Arabia. And the Democrats are all telling you that this is bad. And this is why they are at 27% approval rating. Because there's only 27% of Americans that are still stupid enough to not know what's going on. And I see that as a plus, by the way. Remember I kept telling y'all the Democrats was the minority? Remember I kept telling y'all that. I kept saying the people out here in the world that's talking about how much they hate Trump and all this other shit. I kept telling y'all, they are the minority. They are not the majority. They're the minority, fam. They're the minority. The difference is that a lot of them are clustered, like where I live at. Like, they're clustered in one spot. So when they go outside, they see a ton of other people that also hate Trump. So they think they're the minority. You're not. Hold on. Let's just point out some other stuff that the Democrats told you y'all supposed to hate. That the 27% is on board with hating. Just why not, right? Right? This is something else the Democrats don't want to happen. The Democrats don't want to eliminate income tax. Why? The Democrats are supposed to be for the people. Why don't they want income tax eliminated? And let's just get a little bit more specific, right? Trump wants to get rid of income tax. Hold on. No taxes if you earn less than 150K. Now, somebody explain to me why the Democrats are against this. I just would like to know. And when I say Democrats, I don't mean the elected officials. I mean the mother effers voting. So y'all that's voting, you are all against Trump getting rid of income tax, apparently. And I would like to know why. I would like to know why you niggas that's living out here in the same hood I'm living in, struggling to pay whatever, or it would just be nice to have more money. I want to know why you're against people making less than 150K not having to pay income tax. I would like to know. The proposal to remove taxes for people earning less than 150K per year would impact the vast majority. Yes, it would. So that means all of you niggas living in the hood, you don't got to pay income tax no more. So that means all year is tax season. Now motherfuckers be waiting for tax season to buy shit. All year is tax season. And just so we can even be more clear, you don't have to pay income tax. If you want to pay income tax and then just get your return at the end of the year, you can do that. I'm assuming. So I need these niggas that are against Trump to explain to me how tariffs, which has brought Canada to their knees, brought Mexico to their knees, encouraged $700 billion of investment from 2 different nations, and also wanting to get rid of income tax for anyone making under $150K a year. I need for you voting Democrats to explain to me how this is a bad thing. How is this some Nazi shit? Explain it. Explain it. You see, when the Democrats start saying all this weirdo shit, that's just some stuff that they heard somewhere. They can't explain it. They don't know enough about it to explain it, because where they're getting their information from, they're not giving them actual information. They're giving them talking points. They're not giving you any information. They're not informing you. They're giving you talking points. Let's see what a talking point is real quick, because I know I'm saying this, but I 100% don't think that the people that should be listening to what I'm saying understand what a talking point is. A topic that invites a discussion or an argument. So while you're trying to have a real conversation with these people about the direction of America, you want to talk about solutions, you want to talk about how to fix the problem, the only thing they can do is have a conversation with you about how to argue about whatever it is that you're trying to have a discussion about. Because they can't do anything but talk about talking points. That's it. They can only talk about inviting you to a discussion. Talk about inviting you to an argument. They can't have the actual discussion. They're not equipped to have the discussion. We was just reading the CNN page about something. And what did you see me do? I just clicked off of it immediately. Why? Because it was only talking points. I was having a conversation the other day. So we in a men's meeting. For everybody that don't know, I go to church. And not only just go to church, I also go to church and we got a men's meeting. So we're in the men's meeting. Do I want to say this? First of all, shout out to everybody that comes to the men's meeting. We can't always make it every Friday, but you know, generally speaking, people do. Shout out to everybody that be there. I think it's important for men to start organizing. I think we got to stop waiting for the women to organize and then we just, pull up after it's important for men to start organizing. We got to start doing this. And when I'm saying organizing, I mean for the betterment of the community. Just so we can be clear. For the betterment of the community. We got to start organizing. We got to start getting together. We got to start figuring out what are we going to do with the kids so we can save as many as possible. We got to start figuring this out. You know what I'm saying? A while back, somebody kid was doing something and I didn't know that the parent was there. So I turn around and the kid is doing something and I turn like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Real loud. We at the courts. This happened a couple of years ago. So I'm like, hey, real loud. You know what I'm saying? And the parent was there. And when I didn't yell at the kid as I startled the kid because the kid was doing something they weren't supposed to do and I wanted to get the attention. I didn't curse at the kid. It wasn't mean or it was stern. It wasn't mean. It wasn't angry. It was stern. And the kid stopped what they was doing and looked at me. And then turned around and looked at their parent. And then turned around and looked back at me. And P. Will, you can just turn down the volume. You have a volume switch on your side. You know that, right? Because I have a meter switch over here. So my meter switch is not going into red. That's how I have it set. Just so we can be clear. I have it set so I have to get really, really loud and even for it to peak in the red, even a little bit. So on the side of, I don't know if you're watching this on the phone or not, but on your phone, I'll show you. On your phone, you see the phones right here, right? There's 3 buttons. So on my phone, I don't know how yours work, but on my phone, this is power, to make stuff happen. And then this is 2 buttons right here. This is volume up and this is volume down. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to your volume down and I want you to turn the volume down. I dropped the thing. Yeah, so when you turn the volume down, it won't get distorted because I'm watching my meters over here. You probably need to turn your volume down. But the mic is close to my face. Just so we can be clear. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm kind of just, I'm fucking with you a little. Because I'm not just yelling to be yelling, and I'm not just raising my voice to be raising my voice. I'm not even doing it on purpose. Copy? We already at negative 9.8 decibels. All right? So, I am in the yellow. I'm just not in the red. With that being said, anybody else think I'm distorted over here? Put it in the chat. I'm curious. He might be having a point. Put it in the chat. Anybody else think I'm distorted? Anybody else think I'm distorted? Or is it just this guy? I'm gonna know. Anyway. So I want to be clear about something. Democrats, for whatever their reasoning is, I don't get it, but they don't want us to lose. They don't want us to stop paying taxes. Nobody else think that that's weird. Nobody else thinks it's weird that the Democrats are against us not paying taxes. Nobody else thinks it's weird that the Democrats are against countries and other nations opening up factories in America so they could then employ American citizens and make more jobs for us. Nobody else think that that's weird. Like nobody else. Nobody else think that. Like nobody scratching their head like this don't make sense. Nobody else think that that's weird. Nobody. 0 people. Let me show you something. Let's see what else the Democrats have been doing. Hold on. Let me get rid of everything I don't think I'm going to need later. I might need that. Hold on. I might need that. I might need that. Won't need that. Won't need that because I'm taking the other thing off. And what's this? I appreciate you, Miss McGillicuddy. Tell Rufus I said what up. All right, so check this out. Excuse me. Okay, so first, I just want to show you this. This is absolutely bananas. Why would a judge not want to allow for the government to ship people that have committed crimes in America back to the countries that they are originally from? Somebody explain that for me. A federal judge late Saturday blocked President Trump's executive order invoking the Alien Enemies Act to support migrants. So hold on. Let's check this out real quick. I just want the, hold on. I just want what it is. I don't really want, explain, there we go. I don't really want what they're talking about it about. I want what it is first so we can have an understanding of what's going on. This detention and deportation power possesses an alarming risk of abuse and rights violation in both wartime and peacetime. Okay, so this person is obviously a liberal, but let's hear what they got to say. The Alien Enemies Act of 1798 is a wartime authority that allows the president to detain or deport the natives and citizens of an enemy nation. The law prohibits the... Hold on, finish reading this, and right after I read this, I want to show you something. The Alien Enemies Act of 1798 is a wartime authority that allows the president to detain or deport the natives and citizens of an enemy nation. The law prohibits the president to target these immigrants without a hearing and based only on their country of birth or citizenship. Although the law is enacted to prevent foreign espionage and sabotage in wartime, it could be and has been wielded against immigrants who have done nothing wrong, having evinced participate, reveal the presence of, be evidence of, indicate man's humanity to man as evinced in use of torture, man's inhumanity to man as evidenced, evinced. Okay, so that's an abbreviation, I guess, of evidence. So it's past tense is evinced, past participle is also evinced. It's a verb. Reveal the presence of a quality or feeling. His letter evince. His letter basically was evidence. The excitement he felt. Okay. I don't like knowing what I'm reading. I don't like not knowing what I'm reading. In any regard, let's start the sentence back over. It could be and has been wielded against the immigrants who have done nothing wrong, have no evidence, have evidence, no signs of disloyalty. So there's no evidence or signs of disloyalty and are lawful. The president in the United States is a appropriate authority that has violated the constitutional right of war. Well, but these individuals, just so we could be clear, are criminals. These people are criminals that's being deported. Just so we can be clear, they're criminals. They're not. They're people who are criminals. They have committed actual crimes. And just so we can be clear, the criminal statute. So basically, coming into America illegally, you're a criminal off the rip. So every time there is a person that is in America illegally, they are illegal. They have committed a criminal act. Thus, this is applicable. If you are in the country illegally, you are not an immigrant. One more thing I want to just say real quick. Article 2 of the Constitution begins with a simple declarative sentence. The executive power shall be vested in the President of the United States of America. Guess what that means? That means that a judge has no authority over the decisions of the president. I probably am being a little distorted. I'll turn this down a little bit more. But if I turn it down too much, I feel like y'all can't hear me at all. I'll turn it down some. You know what, Will? I turned it down some. Fam. So why do the Democrats want to keep criminals that are from other countries in America? And why do Democrats not want illegals arrested that commit crimes? The Democrats are not our friends, fam. Democrats are not our friends. The sooner y'all get that, the better. I mean, a lot of people have gotten it right now. The Democrats are at a 27% approval rating. I expect for that to drop. Now I'm going to break something down to you. Chuck Schumer's about to be out of politics. I think that was part of the deal. I think Chuck Schumer made a deal in order to prevent himself from some of the crimes that he is possibly committed being arrested, held accountable for. That's what I think this is. And that's why you got the AOCs of the world saying, we're supposed to fight. That's why you got the Hakeem Jeffries of the world saying, we're supposed to fight. They think that this is their time to be the head of to move up in the Democratic Party. What they're not paying attention to is the American people aren't fucking with the Democratic Party. You can be the head of anything people aren't fucking with. It don't matter. Just saying. So that's what I think is going on. And like I said before, you give it 8-9 months. Pardon me. You give it 6 to 8 months after Trump get inaugurated, after Trump gets into office and starts doing things, and it's going to be a no way back for the Democrats. It's going to be no way back. No way back. What do you think is going to happen? Bear with me for a second. What do you think is going to happen when spring comes? The middle end of spring, summer's about to get here. And America's just better. When was the last time we had a good summer? You know what a good summer will do? A good summer will turn around everything niggas think about politicians. A summer where niggas got money, they could take their family out, go on vacation, do things. What do you think is going to be happening while everybody is happy and then the world is moving in a good place? The Democrats are still going to be complaining about all the shit that you like. More so, what about when you find out that all of these things that you think are bad are actually good? What then? How do you keep voting Democrat knowing that if you put them back into the office, they're going to take away these things that you like? How do you vote for them? How do you vote for them? Did you see Gavin Newsom? He just did an interview. Did you see that in his interview, he tried to walk back a lot of his positions that he shared with the rest of the greater Democratic Party? He tried to walk a lot of them positions back. He had the interview with the Kirk dude. Did you see him trying to walk back a lot of the things that the Democrats are doing? They're doing a losing battle. Now, if this was 6-7 years ago, it'll work. I promise you it'll work. I'm not even 100% sure why it's not working now, other than it's just God's time. Other than that, I'm not even 100% sure. Just to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure why it's working. Other than it's just God's time. That's it. I got 2 mics here. What is the other mic for? Oh, I know what the other mic is. Hold on. we might do some gaming early today. We might game early today. I'm about to get off the live anyway, but we might game early today. How long is this live been going on? Oh, 2 hours, shit. We gotta go. I wasn't even gonna do a live this morning. I'm already been on a live for 2 hours. That's crazy. We might do some gaming today. And we might do some gaming tonight. But we have to get other content going on this page first before I get too far into gaming. I thought I'd be dating that girl by now and I'd have a little bit of help over here. To be honest with you, I thought I'd be dating that girl by now, but I'm not, and that's all on me, by the way. But I thought I'd be dating that girl by now, and I'd have a little bit of help over here with, she's really smart. So I thought I'd have a little bit of help over here. But it's on me, I'm putting zero pressure on her, so that's part of the problem. I'm putting like zero pressure. I should be putting a ton of pressure on her, but I haven't been, to be honest with you. She has definitely been putting more pressure on me than I've been putting on her, if that could be believed that those things are pressure. And anyway, maybe it's not. What the fuck do I know? But definitely I need to be putting pressure on her. But that's just not the way God works. But yeah, I should be putting pressure on the situation. That's a fact. I think I'm not showing enough interest. I think she just don't understand how interested I am. That's it. I think I'm just not showing enough interest, even though I'm like immensely interested. But it's like, I think people think I'm like a rah-rah dude, but I'm really not. I'm really a laid-back guy. So people just interact with me incorrectly, and they have no idea why. Because to them, I'm a rah-rah guy that want to be loud and this and boisterous. When in reality, whenever you see me doing that, it's literally just because I'm around people I like and I'm enjoying myself. That's it. Generally speaking, I'm usually pretty quiet. Reserved. Generally speaking, And I think I just lose my words though. Like whenever she's around, I'm just not as good of a talker as I generally am. In any regard, yeah, I'm just not as good of a talker. Like I can't explain it. Like I've been trying to get her into conversations, and I think she wants to get into conversations, but I think that I'm just not as good of a communicator when she's around. It's just my communication skills go into the trash. I don't know no other way to explain it. In any regard, yeah, they just go straight into the trash. Like my communication skills ain't shit when she's around. And it's upsetting. I think I'm about to run to the store and get me a coffee. I think I need another coffee. I gotta buy some new coffee for the machine over here. We don't got no coffee. I think I'm gonna we gotta get some new coffee. Yeah, I thought I have a little bit of help over here. Oh, wowzers. So this is kind of like how Kendra looked when I met her. Just so we can know. Shout out to this shit. This is kind of like how Kendra looked when I met her. But Kendra was thicker. Yeah. So this is why you see me post Reginae Carter a lot. Because Kendra kind of looked like that when I met her. Like, Kendra looked like a cross between... she looked like a cross between Reginae and a young Ashanti. So and Reginae was not around. So when I first met Kendra, to me she just looked like Ashanti. Yeah, so to me she just looked like Ashanti. A young Kendra. Kendra looked like Ashanti, fam. So yeah, I was banging Ashanti. So, I was banging Ashanti in her prime. Just so we can be clear. But yeah, Kendra looked like that. Like, not for nothing. Like, when I met her, that's like how she looked. She looked like a cross between Reginae and Ashanti. But Reginae didn't exist really back then. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who the girl was. She didn't exist. I knew she existed, but, she wasn't on social media. No, Kendra still got it. What are you talking about? Kendra still got it. If I was with Kendra, she'd still look like that. I promise you. Because I'm an active person. So, like no disrespect to big women, but I wouldn't date somebody that is not in shape because I'm a person that does activities. So why would I date somebody I can't do activities with? I have before in the past, and it's kind of always been miserable for me. Like, even if it wasn't for them, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been miserable for me. Like, we can't do nothing. I like sitting around and doing nothing sometimes too, but I also like working out and exercising. I want to be with somebody that we could go on 2-hour walks. Even if we got a car, I want to be with somebody that we could just go jump on the train and just go out into the world and then come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want, we can't go nowhere, we can't do nothing, we can't go do this, we can't go do that. You know what I'm saying? I want to have somebody that I could exercise with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still gotta put together my bench. So I have a bench, fam. I have a bench, fam. Like, you understand? Like, I got a bench. This is part to my bench. Like, I got a bench, man. Like, I got other things going on. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't. So it's no disrespect to a bigger woman. Like, I get it. Like, you got a right to be who you want to be. You know what I'm saying? But that's not for me. And nah, Kendra's still fine. Kendra's still fine. Not for nothing. Still fine. Nah, I'm pretty sure you still got it. I just didn't want to make it sound like I was saying anything negative. You know what I'm saying? I got to be mindful. Like, not you, but people tend to try to, like, everything I do and say. Like, I got some people that literally just watch me, and anything I do at all, they just be like, they just associate it with something negative. Like, I'm not going to say the person's name, but it's annoying. And I got to go to where this person is at, like, almost every day. You know what I'm saying? And all they do is sit around with their kids like this, just watching me, trying to figure out what they could, like, misassociate me with. It's upsetting. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. And people just constantly coming to me, telling me, like, stuff that they've either said or stuff that they're saying. And I'm just like, this is exhausting. It's fucking exhausting. And I really don't like the person, but I got to be polite and nice to them. But I just try to avoid them. I got to say hi to them. I don't want to. I got to talk to them. I don't want to. I'm just being honest with you. I don't want to. I don't like being spied on. I don't like you sending your kid to watch me all day. I don't like any of these things. Like, when you're not around, you have your kid just watching me the whole entire time, trying to be close enough so they can eavesdrop on everything that I'm saying. If I walk into another room, your kid follows me into that room to try to, like, I don't want to talk to your kid. I don't want to be around your kid, and I don't want to be around you. I don't mean any harm for anybody, but I just don't want it. If I have to, I have to. But if I don't have to, I won't. It's what it is. Shout out to you, though. I'm not hating. You know what I'm saying? It's just, what the fuck? People are crazy. People just crazy, fam. People just crazy. People crazy. I'm gonna start filming the kid though. Because I'm gonna film the kid. I'm filming the kid to show to somebody else, not to y'all. I'm not gonna show y'all because I'm not gonna put them on social media, especially in a negative connotation like that. But I am gonna start filming the kid so I could show other people in the environment. So, cause what the fuck, fam? Why I gotta be treated like this? That don't make no sense. So I am gonna, I'm gonna tell you what I do sometimes. So sometimes I just walk into the other room because I know he's going to follow me. So I walk into the other room and I just literally just sit there and wait and see how long it takes for him to come see what I'm doing. And then sooner or later he just walks past, spy on me, and then walks back. What you gonna do, fam? Niggas is weirdos. I literally hate being the main character. I hate it. I'm just being honest with you. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I am not that important that you should be spending so much energy on me that you got children spying on me. I'm not that important. I'm really not. Is there anything else y'all guys want to talk about? It's past 2 hours. I'm done. I'm done. I want to run to the store and get me a coffee or a snack or something. Done. Anything else y'all guys want to talk about? I need to put this belt together for these kids, but I just need more materials. I've been promising them this belt for so long. I've actually been, I've had a couple of different designs. Like, I got a better design in my head also, but I want to get this one made and I want to see how they handle it. Like, if they take care of this particular, this belt, then we'll just go buy one. But I don't want to buy one. I want to create one because I want it to be specifically for what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I go buy a belt like from the store, anybody could do that. But if we create a belt, then it's gonna be another step up. So the next step up past cardboard would probably be if we could get some kind of wood. So I got this guy that does these. His name is Salty Sack. And so if I get some money, I'm going to reach out to him and see if he can make me some, I'll send him the schematics or whatever and see if he can make, use his wood cutting or maybe somewhere out here. But him, because you know what I'm saying, he sent me that for free, so why not, do some business with him and see if he could, make me one and we can make one that's wood, but we it won't be thick like that. That's thick. It'll be a lot thinner, you know what I'm saying? But it'll be wood, like not this thick. Like, we don't need it to be that thick. If it's hard wood, maybe this is more materials I got. Maybe a little thicker than that. Like, if it's hard wood, maybe a little bit thicker than that. Maybe about that thick. If it's gonna be hard wood, maybe about that thick. It's about motivating the kids, man. It's always about the future, fam. So we got to motivate the kids, man. So yeah, so I want to get the belt done. I'm hoping I'm gonna have it completely done by this week. And then also, if they take really good care of it, then we'll spend more time and energy in creating better belts. You know what I'm saying? And if it's a situation where these kids aren't just keeping the belt at home, they're literally just like walking around in the street with it, just like having it on their shoulder, like, kids. Then we're going to make it a little bit more sturdy, maybe add some materials around the wood, like some kind of leathery material or something, a material around the wood, probably put, something on it. You know what I'm saying? Because we want it to look beautiful. We want it to look nice. We want them to appreciate it. And we want, encourage the kids. It's about encouraging the kids, man. It's always about encouraging the kids. Let's look at this poll real quick. Can you be a real street ninja if you're only trying to beef with regular citizens? 68% said no, 18% said yeah, 14% said just want to see the results. This is weird, man. The streets aren't dangerous because street niggas is in the streets. The streets are dangerous because you got a lot of people in the street that should not be in the street. Whether they are just a dangerous individual that is just attacking people that ain't even street niggas, or like, you understand what I'm saying? Imagine how many less crimes would be committed if street niggas only went after other street niggas. The world would just be different. You understand? Like, all of this would be different. It's just because the problem is that we got people that's supposed to be street niggas going after everybody, even people that ain't street niggas. That's the issue. That's the problem. That is an issue. That is a problem. You know what I'm saying? And then if you solve that problem, then you can solve the next problem. Because at the end of the day, we need militias in our neighborhood. We need men organized that are going to protect the neighborhood. either whether it's from the police or from the streets of the neighborhood. We need that. How you gonna get that if the street niggas is all trying if the street niggas have decided that they're just gonna wage war on every regular citizen? Street niggas just waging war on citizens. That's why I keep trying to tell you. If anybody tell you to come try to create a situation with me, they are a snitch. They are the ones lining you up. Because I make it perfectly clear, I'm not dealing with any of that. You're gonna have to go talk to the police. I make that clear. I'm not making that clear because I want anybody to go to jail. I'm making that clear so that if I have to get the police to get your ass, it's evident it's not my fault. You could have just left me the fuck alone. I'm literally leaving you alone. I don't come to where you at. Don't do anything to you. And I don't talk about you. And 99% of the time, I don't even know you exist. So if somebody tells you to come create a situation with me and that shit gets you locked up in jail, they are the snitch. Imagine a nigga knowing that another nigga is just gonna call the police, so he come up to you and get you to go do something to the nigga that he know is just gonna call the police because he's a regular citizen. Who's at fault? Besides yourself for being stupid, who's at fault? The nigga that's a regular citizen on the sidewalk minding his business, or the nigga that sent you to go to jail? Who's at fault? Because that nigga that told you to go fuck with that regular citizen, and they knew that that regular citizen was just going to call the police because they're not going to deal with none of this bullshit. They literally just sent you to jail. Whatever shit you got, they did it. That nigga that called the police, he not pussy. What's going to happen? He going to get into a fight with you, get into an interaction with you. Now, this regular nigga that been on the sidewalk minding his business is now beefing with a nigga that's ready to go to prison for the rest of his life. How is that fair? Explain to me how that's fair. You ready to go to prison for the rest of your life. I'm just a regular guy trying to live. You come start an unnecessary problem with me knowing you ready to throw your entire life away. Knowing that that's not an option for me. Why would I beef with you? No, nigga. Go talk to the police. Y'all don't know what snitching is because y'all not real criminals. I'm going to say that again for the people that don't get it. Y'all don't know what snitching is because most of y'all ain't never been a real criminal. Y'all have no idea what snitching is. Y'all haven't been a real criminal. Don't know any real criminals. Y'all know F-boys that do F-boy stuff. That's what you know. You don't know real criminals. You don't know people who have been part of a criminal organization doing crimes and being free for 10, 15, 20 years. Ain't never sniffed the police. Y'all don't know these guys. With that being said, I'm going to let y'all get up out of here. That's why I'm always like, what the heck? That's why I be like that. I be like, what the heck is wrong with you guys? Like, any common sense? Like, what the fuck? With that being said, I'm going to let y'all go. Everybody have a blessed day. We're going to try to get some gaming going on before I have to go to the center today. I think the center's open. I'm not 100% sure. I should call coach. I'm going to try to get some gaming going on so we can get some gaming up today. And what I am going to start doing is I have a ton of, because they basically record everything. So I'm going to take some of the games I've already played that, you know, obviously the good ones. And I'm going to be uploading those. Maybe with some commentary and shit to be funny and stuff like that. So we're going to be uploading those and shit like that. So we're going to get that together. But with that being said, look, I love y'all. Everybody, please go out there in the world. Do great things. And stamp God's name on it. Bang. And let people know that you came in the name of the Most High. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.
Hey! Is the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.